read in verse 7, the invalid replied to Jesus, "Sir, I have no one to help me into the pool when the water is stirred. While I'm trying to get in, someone else goes down ahead of me." So in this response, the man expresses his desire for healing, but he also shows this sense of resignation and frustration at his perceived lack of opportunity. I can't get there. I can't be the fastest. I'm never going to get in the water. And despite his lengthy infirmity, he's not lost all hope, because if he had lost all hope, he probably wouldn't have even spoken with Jesus in the first place. So the fact that he talked to Jesus and expresses his desire for healing demonstrates that inner conviction that a change is actually possible, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable obstacles that are in his way. But the crippled man is quick to acknowledge that his physical limitations and his challenges that he is facing to get to the healing waters of the pool. He makes sure Jesus understands that he's got to rely on other people to assist him in reaching the pool when the water is stirred. And up until this point, that process has proved to be not fruitful at all, because he's never gotten to the water. And you can hear the resignation and you can hear the frustration in his response because of his perceived lack of opportunity. Oftentimes, we're in that boat, right? Oftentimes, if we're really honest, sometimes we don't want to get fixed because we like to complain about where we are. And if we got fixed, we wouldn't have anything to complain about, right? But after 38 years of waiting by the pool, the hopes had been repeatedly dashed because people bypassed him to receive their healing. And this sense of injustice and helplessness colors his response. It's taken an emotional toll on him. He can't even see how it could happen. But despite his frustration, his response is marked with vulnerability and honesty. He does not shy away from expressing his true feelings, concealing the depth of his longing for healing. His willingness to dialogue with Jesus reflects a level of trust and openness, and that lays a foundation for the transformative encounter that is about to happen. Because beneath the surface of this man's resignation and frustration lies this little glimmer of faith. A belief that maybe, just maybe, Jesus could be the one that brings healing to this man. And although his faith is tentative, although his faith is mixed with doubt, it's still there. And that's all Jesus needed to hear. Jesus commanded the paralyzed man, "Get up, pick up your mat, and walk." Jesus spoke with authority. Jesus spoke with power. His words carried the weight of divine authority, transcending the human limitations of this human condition of being crippled. And by issuing the command he did in the way he did, he demonstrated his ability to bring about radical transformation into the lives of those who believed in him. And look at what happens. The paralyzed man experienced immediate and complete restoration. In an instant, the limbs that had been paralyzed and useless for 38 years were infused with strength and vitality. He had a newfound freedom and mobility. The man got up, picked up his mat, and walked. It's an astonishing display of the divine intervention that can happen, that goes beyond human understanding.